the day that we get to do something fun with all of you. We're gonna go through the Slammy Awards and give you our picks, because that's what matters. But drop your picks below. Some of these categories over as we're gonna go through, and I'm not too sure about how they've organized these things, but they have the following categories: Female Superstar of the Year, Male Superstar of the Year, Most Memorable Entrance, OMG Moment of the Year, Faction of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Rivalry of the Year, NXT Superstar of the Year, Match of the Year, WTF Moment of the Year, Social Star of the Year, and Breakout Superstar of the Year. Let's go through Female Superstar of the Year. Your nominees are, I feel like an awards show host, which is just awful: Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Io Sky. Now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of what Matt here thinks should be the pick, and also what I think WWE would end up picking. It's fan voted, but you know what I mean. Like, come on. I think that WWE, in large part, would probably say Rhea Ripley is Female Superstar of the Year for her entire feud of last year, coming off of WrestleMania, and just going like for a whole year against Liv Morgan, Judgment Day, breaking up, Terror Twins, injuries. Looking at this list for a female of the year, see, like, Bayley won the title at Mania, but then didn't do a whole heck of a lot post Mania. Nia Jax, I think she did very well winning Queen of the Ring. She had a pretty good run as like female champion. Where is Nia Jax, by the way? What is she doing for WrestleMania? I question. Chelsea Green is a personal favorite. First inaugural United States champion. She's got a whole faction right now. I really dig it, but that's like super current. Tiffany Stratton, Miss Money in the Bank winner at Money in the Bank. I saw that live. That was really cool, but it kind of was like the cash in was just, it was kind of tepid. It just kind of happened when it did. It wasn't this big thing. And Io, not so much. Damage Control, yes, and now she's world champion, but it's not the same thing. No. So I'm gonna say, for me, it comes down to Liv and Rhea. I'm gonna actually say Liv Morgan. And you know what? You know what's funny about all of that? One, I'm just not a big Liv Morgan fan. I for like her whole career, I think she's always had a little struggle just trying to find her character and find her way to be the thing, like figure out what she's gonna do. But you know what? She had a great Mania to Mania, 24 to 25 so far. She really did. She became World Heavyweight Champion. Judgment Day, the inner turmoil of Judgment Day, like sliding in there, having the secret meetings with Finn and Dom, and then SummerSlam happened, and there's a lot of really good moments. I'm gonna give it up to Liv. Probably the bad move. These things are scary to me because everyone's in the comments just being like,
"You are such a douche. You don't know wrestling, bro."
It sounds like just Vince Russo. I gotta let you in on a little secret. This, and these, also in the big box, are some of my favorite things to eat from Magic Spoons. Well, that's like everything from Magic Spoons, but I'm a big fan of them because I'm gonna get high protein, low to no sugar added in any of their products, and it actually fills me up. Just move this for 1 second. So Magic Spoon, like their cereal, it's great for a variety of diets. It's high in protein, there's no sugar, it's great for carb-conscious lifestyles. These are blueberry muffin treats, by the way. 11 to 12 grams of protein. There's 1 gram of sugar. There's 1 to 2 grams of net carbs in all of these bars, so you can always get fuel on the go that you need. And they have what I showed off earlier as like a teaser is going to be the new granola. Now, this one in particular, you see how this thing? It's still sealed. You know why? Because this is the second bag, because I've already eaten one, because this one right here, the peanut butter, is actually one of Matt's personal favorites. What I do is I actually take this lovely granola here, we take a little bit, we splash it in, or we dump all of the whole bag right into your bowl, and then I eat this with like just some yogurt and a little honey on top or whatever you want to do, and you're good to go. But I really do like having the brand new granola that they offer, because you got 13 grams of protein, 0 sugar added in delicious flavors like honey or peanut butter. So use my code AssembleWrestling or click the link in the description to try Magic Spoon treats or granola today. That's this guy and this guy, as I put it up awkwardly. Try it today and get $5 off, and you can also find Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee online, so if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked. So click the link in the description to go to magicspoon.com/AssembleWrestling or scan the QR code on screen and get $5 off. Thank you so much to Magic Spoon for supporting today's video, and now back to the video. All right, Male Superstar of the Year. Tight list, a little difficult. By the way, if you can, hit subscribe, hit the like button. Helps us out, helps us grow. Let's go. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, Gunther, CM Punk, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins. I don't think Damian Priest should be on the list for Superstar of the Year. I mean, World Heavyweight Champion, yes. Had a few months there, it was a decent run as World Champion, but it wasn't the big thing. Cody? I mean, Cody's like, oh, it's Cody because he is champion. He's mega champion. But Cody didn't have the most compelling year. He finished WrestleMania and the big story and all of that, and then he just got into feuds with AJ, which was fun, Logan Paul, and then eventually it just took a little while. Took a little time. He had the bloodline stuff with Roman, tag team, the cinema stuff. That was cool. But nothing that Cody was in really felt like next level and felt like his run leading up to winning the world title or the WWE title. Roman just wasn't around that much. Now when Roman's there, big pop. Probably the biggest pop. Roman does great. Everyone loves Roman. But obviously because he's got his schedule's tailored back a little bit, it's not a big deal. I just don't think that Roman played as big of a role this year coming off of WrestleMania 40 than he has in years past. I'm gonna give it to Drew McIntyre. I'm a big CM Punk fan. It's shilling for Mr. Punk, as they say. I think they had one of the best feuds, if not the best feud. But you know what? Drew's character arc from WrestleMania 40, going in there, winning the world title only to lose it, and kicking off the entire story with CM Punk, and even prior to that, going through everything with Seth Rollins and watching Drew really tap into that troll character and just kept elevating it more and more and more. Drew was probably, Drew McIntyre's my pick, superstar of the year. I think he had a phenomenal year. Where is he now? Fighting Damian Priest. Is it what we want? Not really. I think I even saw comments from Drew quoting that just like, he wishes he was in the title thing, but there's only so many spots at the top, so it is what it is. I hope that for WrestleMania, I really hope that Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre just absolutely destroy it. They knock it out of the park. I hope it's one of those matches where you're like, oh my God, that was a banger. That was 5-star match, as Dave Meltzer would like to put it. That was a top tier match. Just two guys that are like something to prove. Drew's my guy. That means no yeet. Most memorable entrance. Why is this a thing? I guess it's just for different moments. Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Well, what are we talking? Night 1, night 2? See, I think that Cody had the mask. He's got the Cody Vader. So the mask was, you either really liked the mask or you thought that was silly. Jey Uso on Raw on Netflix debut with Travis Scott. Yeah, he got a little baked in that one. Granted, Jay's entrances are always big time. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Yeah, he had like the choir, or was it the choir, or is that different? So I just rewatching Roman's 40 entrance, and he had the choir, he had everything. It's pretty epic. It's pretty big. The Rock at WrestleMania 40. Ooh, that's pretty good. Final boss. He has fire. Rock likes fire. It was his symbol. Bailey at WrestleMania. Yeah. Randy Orton, Bash at Berlin. I guess because everyone's just singing along to his song. He hears voices in his head. Seth Rollins at Mania with the Mummers Band. Philadelphia Mummers Band. Yeah, Seth's entrance was very, very fun, very good. Sami Zayn Montreal with Jey Uso. Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, it hits you in the feels. Sami Zayn at WrestleMania with Kevin Owens and Chad Gable. Wife as well, I believe. Yeah, so Sammy's got like just kind of fun moments. Logan Paul at SummerSlam with MGK. No. Dom, Bad Blood with Liv and the Lowrider. Yeah, that's fun, but I don't think that wins it. Drew McIntyre, Clash of the Castle. I do like Drew. I like that moment with Drew, but I don't want to give Drew twice. I don't want to do him twice. That's what she said. For me, it's going to come down to The Rock and probably Seth as like best entrance. I really like Final Boss entrance. What can I say? I'm a mark. Yeah, that's where they did Final Boss Engage and all of that. It was super long. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Seth Rollins because I think the entrance he did was just big and loud, fun. I'm gonna go with Seth. That's my pick. The Rock is like a close second, and then I think Roman. OMG moment of the year. Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. WrestleMania, and they finished the story. Dom turning on Rhea with Liv Morgan at SummerSlam. That's a pretty good moment. Kevin Owens turning on Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes in October. We're just mashing things together now. Okay, those are different moments. New Day turning on Big E on Raw. Ooh, that was painful. Like, just how dare you? Tiffany Stratton's Money in the Bank cash in on Nia Jax on SmackDown. Yeah. Damian Priest Money in the Bank cash in at Drew on WrestleMania. That's all right. That's pretty good. Wyatt Six debut. That was killer because they was literally killing people. Like Chad Gable. He did, but he came back next week, so that's cool. Braun Breaker spearing ISO Speed at the Royal Rumble. See, that wasn't so much like a, is that really an OMG moment? That's more of just like, oh damn, oh God, oh man, he's broken in half. By God, by God. Bronson Reed hitting a tsunami on Braun Strowman onto the car. That was pretty good. Big moment. John Cena turning on Cody Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber. Roman Reigns returning at SummerSlam, and Io Sky beating Rhea Ripley to become the women's world champion on Raw. Okay, Cody versus Roman is just a big moment, right? Is it an OMG moment? Is that an, oh my God, it happened? It was exciting, but it was the culmination of things. Like, it's all, I mean, in retrospect, we're all like, well, we knew Cody would win, but the whole build for the ending of night 2 of WrestleMania 40 was just really epic. I'm personally torn. I have a couple here. Okay, Matt's picks, not that it matters, but Matt's picks are the Wyatt 6 debut, because it was so good. It was such a good debut of all the blood and everything. Everyone was destroyed backstage. Triple H was nowhere in sight, but I guess he was okay. He should have just come out and just pedigreed everybody. The next big moment for me, the cash in was great. It wasn't like an OMG moment. I don't know. I didn't expect Priest to cash in, but it also wasn't like, the New Day turning on Big E is up there for me. It was such an amazing moment. I hope that New Day kind of gets back on track as being like big nasty heels. They need they kind of like a little tepid now. They're just kind of sliding down the scale a little bit. But the New Day Big E moment, that was captivating. I was enthralled with it. I was upset, angry, and just in awe. I'm like, oh my God, like poor E. And then Cena at the Elimination Chamber. I'm gonna give it to John Cena turning at the Elimination Chamber. I saw it live. I was there. I was up in the crowd. I was sitting with my wife. And my wife was like, who that? And I said, it's John Cena. And she was like, okay, don't yell at me. And I was like, fine, I'm sorry, calm down now. And then she's like, who's the other guy? And I'm like, that's Travis Scott. She's like, don't know him. And then she was like, did Travis Scott just smack Cody Rhodes upside the head? For real? And I was like, yes, that was real. That was actually painful. I'm gonna say though, biggest OMG, it's John Cena turning heel. Like that's for me. Next, faction of the year. This one's interesting because of the timeline of things and where these factions even are as of today. But they're saying OG Bloodline. They just had the reunion for War Games. Like that was it. Like it was a 2-month thing. They smushed it together and they didn't play it out very well. I didn't think that was very well done. Judgment Day. I don't know. I mean, Judgment Day is just everywhere, but they have really petered out. They really have gone down. The New Bloodline. I mean, when they formed, I was like, oh, this is getting exciting. Jacob Fatu is amazing, but I don't know. It hasn't been the same. They needed to do more with that New Bloodline, and I feel like they kind of missed the mark a little bit. American Made, I guess. I don't know. Damage Control. All right. You know what? I am not too sure about faction of the year. Please comment below, guys, because I'm not too sure what direction you should go in with this. Who stands out? I guess I'm just gonna say Judgment Day. Because they've been on TV every week. Are they faction of the year? No, not really, but I don't feel like OG Bloodline is faction of the year with the very small reunion that was kind of okay. America Made, sure, but no. Damage Control, no. Like Asuka's been injured, Kairi Sane's gone. Like there's a lot of missing pieces in there. I don't find them to be faction of the year. It would be kind of like Judgment Day and New Bloodline just in terms of presence and how long they were on TV and the impact of it all. And I guess I'd say Judgment Day because you got Raquel coming in there, you got Liv taking over, Terror Twins breaking off, Carlito is hilarious. I'm gonna give it to Judgment Day only for JD McDonough for taking that giant splash that nearly destroyed himself on Raw. Just for him. That Judgment Day is the pick. Tag Team of the Year. You got DIY, Awesome Truth, A-Town Down Under, Jade Cargill and Bianca, Motor City Machine Guns, The Bloodline, just all of them, just the entire Bloodline. Like, what are we talking about? War Raiders, Judgment Day, Street Profits, Liv Morgan and Raquel. Okay, here's who it's not for me. It's not Liv and Raquel because they did have a killer couple tag team matches. Like that one tag team match they had on Raw, really good, where they won the titles. That was excellent, but that was so recent. Street Profits, kind of the same thing. Like they said, they haven't had the titles in 4 years. I'm not giving it to Street Profits. As much as I like their title win, they haven't done enough. Judgment Day, we just gave it to Judgment Day for faction of the year. I don't think they're tag team of the year. For so long, Judgment Day was just holding on to the tag team titles doing nothing. Just a whole butt of nothing. Bloodline, I don't get, because the last year, they just weren't really around together. They're not really a tag, it's a faction. Motor City Machine Guns, great debut. Solid, consistent. I'd say Motor City Machine Guns are consistent. Then I'm looking at Jade and Bianca. They're gonna be up there for me. A-Town Down Under, like sorry. Just no, guys. Awesome Truth, also no. They won the tag titles, but then it just kind of, it just fell apart and wasn't anything. And then DIY. And DIYs were faces and they became heels and they've been on TV every week. So I'm gonna give it to, none of these really stand out to me as like, oh my gosh, this is totally it. I guess I'll say Jade and Bianca. They held the titles for a while. You know, they had the 6-person tag at WrestleMania 40, and then they went into tag team mode. You got the storyline coming out of it now. Like they've won the titles, they've even dropped the titles, and they've had good tag team matches. And I think also you've got now the big story in Jade's return at Elimination Chamber. That was a big pop and a big moment. And what they're able to do with Naomi, you're kind of also blending in Bianca a little bit because I love the Naomi Bianca segment. But as a tag team, I think they've had good matches, and I'm gonna say that Jade and Bianca are my tag team of the year. Rivalry of the year. Punk and Drew, culminating at Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. We had 3 matches with them. Roman and Cody, Liv and Rhea, Priest and Balor. Nope. Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Nia Jax and Tiffany. Bloodline versus Bloodline. The consistent feuds that went on for a very long time, that's not necessarily a good thing, but the long ones that were like going on all the time. Liv and Rhea and Punk and Drew. Those are the ones for me that went very, very long. But again, not always a great thing. I mean, you could say that Priest and Finn went on for a very long time. It's all Judgment Day roped into one. Nia and Tiffany had good moments, but I felt like again, I go back to what I said earlier. Where's Nia Jax now? Like, she's just gonzo. Like, she was doing good stuff with Tiffany. I think they could have mined a little bit more out of that. I didn't really like the tag team match at Chamber as the blow off with Trish Stratus. It was kind of average. I'm gonna say it's Punk and Drew. The Hell in a Cell can't be topped for me as like match of the year and even feud of the year. And you had two guys that where Punk was injured and even Drew was injured for a spell, carrying that feud for a year, basically, most of a year, just with promos. I don't think all the matches were great. Like, I think the strap match was good, but hitting the corners was kind of goofy. But the Hell in a Cell is just, it's one of the best Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen. Punk and Drew, NXT Star of the Year. Now, I will let you in on a little secret here. Don't get mad at me, but you probably will. I watch NXT, but I don't watch it religiously. I watch NXT most weeks, but I'm never like, I have to watch this. If it's on Netflix, I try to tune in and watch it. My daughter actually likes watching a little bit of wrestling with me too. So she likes putting on NXT, and she likes Stephanie, and she likes Julia, and so does Matt. But I'm gonna say, who's NXT Star of the Year? See, like, Omafemi's already established. Trick, very established in NXT. Ethan Page, okay. Julia, Kalani Jordan, Roxanne Perez. But Julia just kind of came in. I'm gonna give it to Roxanne Perez because she did everything in NXT. She had a very good feud with Bayley that I feel like just dissolved. Like, why isn't that a thing anymore? Those two should be going at it more. And she got called up to the main roster. So I'm gonna say Roxanne Perez is NXT Star of the Year. And my daughter likes Roxanne Perez, so there you go. Match of the Year. Roman and Cody, Mania. Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell. Roman and The Rock versus Cody and Seth at WrestleMania. Liv versus Rhea at SummerSlam. Priest versus Gunther at SummerSlam. Cody versus AJ at Backlash. That crowd was insane. The men's War Games match. Bayley versus EO at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn versus Gunther at WrestleMania. Gunther versus Randy at Bash in Berlin. And Seth versus Punk, the Raw and Netflix premiere. That's a lot of matches for Match of the Year. So the thing with like Match of the Year, I feel it's all subjective. It's all just opinion. It's what I like. It's what you like. And that's okay, because we're gonna like different things. Someone's gonna like the Liv match. Someone's gonna like the Priest match. I think Roman and Rock tag teaming was a lot of fun because you got to see The Rock and he was in a tag team match. And I like how he was bossing everybody around in the thing. Was it a 5-star classic? No. And that's the other thing. It's subjective too, because people were like, well, is it technically in ring? Was it an amazing match? No, a lot of them are not. They're telling really good stories in the match. Yes, sometimes it's the crowd, like the AJ Cody match. Crowd just made it feel just epic and big. And that plays a lot into it too. There's two matches that are my match of the year. Roman and Cody at Mania, but that's mostly just because of the tail end, the story, the climax of it, with everybody coming out. It's a huge, huge epic moment, and I've rewatched it several times, so that's gotta say something. My other match of the year would be Punk versus Drew Hell in a Cell, like we've already talked about. Again, something that I've rewatched and I've watched all the way through because it was excellent storytelling beginning and end within the Hell in a Cell, and it was bloody, just a good match. It was well executed. So it's really hard. What do you do? If those are your two, which do you pick? I'm gonna, I feel like someone's gonna be in the comments being like, hey man,
you just love sucking on Punk and Drew and just all that.
And I'll be like, no, it's just that these are really good matches for me. This is what kind of wrestling I enjoy and the storytelling. But I also really did like the Roman Cody, just the ending. The match was fine, but there's so much that happened in it. Oh, I'm so torn. Okay, for the sake of this, I'm gonna give it to Roman and Cody because I just love all the shenanigans seen in the ring. The Rock coming down, the Usos, the intensity of it, remembering how it was last year, sitting on my couch, watching Mania 40 and watching all that happen and kind of like gripping the couch, being like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And then the Undertaker comes out and it's a tag team match, brother, holla holla. Like, it was so much. So yes, I'm gonna give it to Roman versus Cody because of the sheer epicness of what they did, and it was a big crescendo moment. The Hell in a Cell match is like, it's my 1B. It's right there. WTF Moment of the Year. R-Truth calls Triple H Ciampa. That's just funny. Kevin Owens in the car interviews. That's a WTF moment? How is that a WTF? How is that a what the fuck moment? Like, Chelsea Green goes into the dumpster. Okay, this is a weird category. Dom in the shark cage. That was funny because Dom couldn't, he made it look like he fell out. Like he was strapped to it, his ankle, and then they had the moment where it looked like he fell out of the cage and was legit. So that was a but it's not a WTF moment. I Show Speed with Logan Paul at WrestleMania. No. LA Knight, yeah, in Logan Paul's pool. That was funny. That was funny. But that's a funny moment. R-Truth wrestles with John Cena. That's just a great moment. Rabid noises from Tama Tonga. Really? The yeah. That's a WTF moment. He just does it all the time. That wasn't a singular moment. This category is bothering me. Jacob Fatu's I Love You Solo. Just a thing he said. It's not a WTF moment. And the Wyatt 6 debut. But the Wyatt 6 is also an OMG moment. What's the difference between an OMG and a WTF moment? Damn it, WWE. Okay, none of these are great. I feel like these are just random. What's on my list? The Wyatt 6 debut, I guess. LA Knight in Logan Paul's pool. Kind of just hilarious just seeing LA Knight just swimming around in there, talking trash. And then Dom in the shark cage. That's probably my 3. Why does this category exist? All right, I'm just gonna say Wyatt 6 debut. Was it a WTF? It was shocking and it was great, like we talked about. So Wyatt 6 debut, that's my pick. Social star of the year. Like, I guess who's got like really big social media stuff going on? Who is a better heel troll on social media? Chelsea Green or Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre. Chelsea is great though. I wish Chelsea, I would just pick Chelsea, but I go with Drew. Drew on social media was hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, the final category, which is going to be Breakout Superstar of the Year. And not all of these people are actual breakouts because they've already been pretty established in WWE. Nonetheless, Braun Breaker, Lyra Valkyria, Penta, Obafemi, Julia, Tiffany Stratton, Jacob Fatu, Chelsea Green, Stephanie Vaquer. Not Braun, he's very established, and his IC title run has been kind of average right now for me. Lyra, she got a good debut. She went to the finals of Queen of the Ring, first inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion. Pretty good deal. Penta has a great start. Putting on banger matches. Looks like he's going to be teasing with the IC title. Maybe he'll win it. But he came in so late in the year. Obafemi's very established, but he's won the titles. He's doing great stuff, but I don't know if it's breakout. Julia, she came in so late. I guess this is where it gets wonky. Tiffany's not a breakout. Tiffany's been on the main roster for quite some time. Jacob Fatu, might be Jacob. Chelsea Green. See, again, I love Chelsea. She's been on the roster for quite some time now. She's broken out in terms of getting the US title, and they're really starting to do more and more with Chelsea. And Stephanie is like Julia. It's like they both came in at like the same time, roughly, and they're just getting started. All right, I'm gonna say Jacob Fatu, because the moment Jacob Fatu came out and just was menacing, everything Jacob Fatu has done in WWE so far, to me, has been excellent. It's been engaging. When he's on TV, I watch, I pay attention. I love his moveset. I love his moonsault. I love the relationship he was doing with Solo. I like that it looked like he was turning. He's getting super over with the crowd from the beginning. Jacob's going to be a massive star in 3 to 5 years, maybe sooner. I hope that they are going to do Jacob versus Solo at WrestleMania. Maybe it's going to feel kind of rushed at this point because it doesn't seem like they're leaning that direction. But Jacob Fatu, Breakout Star of the Year. Comment below your Slammy picks. Subscribe to the channel. Click this video if you guys want to watch more WWE content from Matt here. Have a great day. See ya.